What's good? What's good? What's good, everyone? This is your boy Cody, BC to the JR. This is my first show going live. Appreciate all the support. I'm going to be doing some local Falcon content tonight. Nothing too major. For all those Falcons fans out there, please, I think you're going to like this. We're just talking about our recent acquisitions in the off season, um, things that we did to get better, to improve. So let's dive into that. If you're, of course, if this is new to you guys, please subscribe to the channel, like and share. Definitely appreciate it. So let's dive into it. So let's go all the way back to March. We signed, re-signed rather, our guard Chris Lindstrom to a 5-year contract extension, which is a big move by us. Uh, you follow the Falcons and are a fan, you know how our offensive line has been inconsistent for the past couple of years. So reassuring that guard spot really helped giving Lindstrom that 5-year contract. And I want to say it was $100 million. So he's the highest paid guard in the league, which is really good. And then after that, we signed quarterback Taylor Heineke to a 2-year contract. He was the former quarterback for the Washington Commanders. He did pretty solid over there, and we signed him for a 2-year deal to back up Desmond Ritter, something that we definitely would need going forward to add depth to that position. And then also, probably my favorite offseason move, we signed free safety, former Bengals safety Jesse Bates to a 4-year contract. Now, if you football fans, you know that Jesse Bates is a really great safety. He's definitely a top 5 safety in the National Football League. So that was a huge signing by us in grabbing him and definitely adding a presence back there at that safety position. And also we got Caden Ellis, the former linebacker from the Saints. That was a solid move as well. He his numbers don't stand out like that, but that's just great depth on our part to add somebody with that talent because he has a lot of upside. And with the coaching that we got, we can really bring him to his highest potential. So I like that signing as well. And then on March 30th, we signed Calais Campbell, the 15-year-old vet, to a 1-year contract. We signed him March 29th. Now that was a big signing for me because, as y'all know, Falcons fans, we know we haven't had a pass rush since Jonathan Abraham. That's how long we've been needing some type of pass rush. And of course, we got Grady Jarrett, but everybody just doubling Grady. Grady needs help. He's been needing help since he's been on this team. So for us to really go out there and sign Calais, to bring in him, a 15-year vet, to help on that defensive line, that's really valuable on our part. We know Calais has been a multi-time Pro Bowler, All-Pro defensive line. Like I mentioned, he's been in the league for 15 years now, and a lot of people didn't even expect for him to even sign with us. They thought he was going to go to somebody like the Jets or the Bills. I was hearing rumors on that, him going to a contender. But for him to actually sign with us, that really shows that he believes in the team that we have and the layout that we have. So that's key. That's very key that we have him. That's going to help our team tremendously. And then on March 31st, we re-signed Caleb McGarry, which is our left tackle. We re-signed him. And then our last acquisition on April the 14th, we signed Bud Dupree to a 1-year contract. Now, back in 2015, Bud Dupree, I want to say, was the 22nd pick or 25th pick in the first round. He was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, spent some time there, and then he bounced around to the Titans. He's a decent player. A lot of people thought he was going to be big than what he was, but talent just haven't been there as far as consistency, showing that he can play at a high level. But I like the move because sometimes people need a new change, new environment, and you can really get that, bring that talent out of them. So I like that move as well. But the two biggest moves that I like, besides Jesse Bates and the Calais Campbell deal, was the trade that we made. And you Falcons fans know what I'm talking about. We made a trade not too long ago with the Detroit Lions for a cornerback by the name of, you named it, Jeff Okudah, for a fifth rounder. Just a fifth rounder, y'all. So that's a very, very cheap deal. Back in 20, I want to say maybe the 2020 draft, Jeff Okudah was the third pick in the first round, coming from Ohio State as the best corner in that draft. I remember a lot of people had a lot of hopes in grabbing him and a lot of talent. And to see him actually not really pan out how people thought. I mean, he kind of had a rough rookie year coming into the league. Then he ruptured his ACL. He was out for about a year, then came back and had his best year. And I know a lot of the Lions fans, I was reading a lot of the reports, they were saying how they were really upset that, the Lions let him go because he was actually coming into his own last year and having that great year. And the Falcons just said, you know what? I'm going to give y'all a fifth rounder for this, and we're going to take it. And that's what the Falcons did. And I like him. He's only 22 years old, I believe, 23, somewhere in there. Still young, still has a lot of talent, a lot of upside. With our defensive coordinator, Coach Nielsen, he's going to bring the best out of him. And I'm really excited for that move that we got with Jeff. So that's going to be really, really exciting for us to pair alongside A.J. Terrell, because we know A.J. Terrell is our best corner. And to have another potential shutdown corner on the opposite of him, that's key. That's very, very key. So that's some of the moves so far that we made in the offseason. Of course, we have the draft coming up next week or two. Potentially who we may take at 8 is still undecided. I'm going to have a show next weekend with some of the guys. We're going to talk about the draft and all that, so I won't get too much into that. But it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting times with Falcons news and such things going on. But that's the latest on the Falcons. And one other thing I want to touch on is a move that's very, very popular. It's the Odell to the Ravens. Now, if you're a Ravens fan, I don't know how you should feel about this, because we know Odell Beckham. He's 30 years old. He's had not one, but 2 ACL injuries. He hasn't played in a full season in a long time. So what do we really expect from the Odell situation? We have uncertainty there in Baltimore with their quarterback, with Lamar. They haven't re-signed him yet. So with them bringing Odell in, how would that fare out for Lamar? Will Lamar say, I'll come back, or will he hold out? And if Lamar holds out, the Baltimore Ravens are going to be looking real stupid if that happens, because you brought in somebody thinking that Lamar will stay, and he ended up dropping y'all like a hot tomato. So we're going to see with that. That's going to be very, very interesting. And we're going to actually talk about that next week as well on the show. When I have my guys, we're going to talk about that a little bit more as well. So that's going to do it. Didn't want to spend too much time. This is my first show. Just wanted to give you guys some updates on some Falcons content. And I'll be sharing some more Falcons content in the future. If anything comes down the wire as far as who we may sign or trade or anything like that. So I definitely appreciate the opportunity. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Share and like any other body that you know that loves football, sports in general, because we're going to be talking about not only football, but get into some basketball as well. Definitely playoff season. So if you definitely know somebody, please share with anybody. And you guys have a good night. Peace.